Hi, I'm Nadia Dumas. Welcome to Real Estate Rendezvous. As usual, on today's show, we're going to explore a local Solano County neighborhood, and we're going to meet up with residents and real estate professionals to discuss current real estate topics. For today's show, I have a very exciting lineup of guests. First, we're going to meet with Emily Lowe. She is the driving force behind the City of Fairfield's Neighborhood Stabilization Program. We're also going to have Adam Asher from Asher Properties on the show, and he's going to give us a tour of the latest rehabilitated home within the Neighborhood Stabilization Program. Also joining us is Rebecca Cerna. Rebecca is a lucky home buyer that's a participant of the program. And then at the end, we're going to meet our own Stuart Reed of Fairfield's Kitchen Tune-Up. And Stuart is going to give you some very exciting tips on how to tune up your kitchen and bathroom without breaking the bank. So first-time home buyers and do-it-yourself entrepreneurs, you definitely don't want to miss today's program. We are here in the northeastern part of Fairfield, just south of Air Base Parkway on Tanager Lane. And with me I have Emily Lowe from the City of Fairfield's Affordable Housing Division. I have Adam Asher of Asher Properties, who plays a very vital role in the program that Emily is going to talk about in a second. And with me also I have Rebecca. Rebecca is a lucky participant of Fairfield's Neighborhood Stabilization Program. So welcome to all of you, and thank you for coming in the show.
Thank you.
Let's start with you, Emily.
Great.
If you can just tell viewers a little bit about the Neighborhood Stabilization Program, what it is and what you do.
Thank you. The Neighborhood Stabilization Program was developed by Congress a few years ago to help cities in the United States that have been hardest hit by foreclosures. So with the help of the federal government, we've been able to purchase from foreclosure and renovate 23 single-family properties and make them affordable for first-time homebuyers. So the city's program can provide up to $50,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance to help a first-time homebuyer be a first-time homebuyer.
Wow, that sounds pretty good.
Oh, it's a great program.
We're here on Tanager, so tell us why we are here and what is special about this neighborhood.
This neighborhood was particularly hard hit by foreclosures. There is a high count of either foreclosed properties or on the brink of foreclosed properties. So what this program allows us to do is purchase properties from the bank that foreclosed on them, and then we have local builders and developers who are renovating those houses from top to bottom. After they're renovated, they're sold then to people who meet the affordability criteria for our program. And then we have new homeownership in areas that had been homeowners but had lost that. So we're reinvesting in homeownership all over the city.
So if I understand correctly, this neighborhood here is part of the program. Are there other areas in Fairfield that's part of the program as well?
Yes. The Neighborhood Stabilization Program 1 included older parts of town, the State Streets, the Vineyard subdivision on the southwest side of town. This particular program concentrates on what we lovingly call in Fairfield the bird streets, those subdivisions that are all named for birds, and that's this particular area. But we also did a number of homes in the State Streets and in the President named streets.
Okay. One very important question is, who can participate and how do you get to participate in the program?
What we recommend is first, borrowers contact the city, and they can do that by reaching Mark Kaiser at 707-428-7578. We also recommend that people visit the city's website, www.fairfield.ca.gov, and click on affordable housing. There are descriptions of all the programs there. There are also lists of the lenders and realtors who have trained and participate in the program. So what I recommend is that people hook up with a lender first, get pre-qualified for a first mortgage. The lender will calculate how much the borrower needs in down payment and closing costs to make that happen.
Okay.
The difference between what the borrower has and what the borrower needs is where the city comes in. It's gap financing. And so the city provides that gap to help that person become that first-time home buyer.
Wow. So what you're basically saying is home buyers who wouldn't otherwise be able to purchase a house
Absolutely.
actually get that ability through the city program.
Yep, that's
Wonderful.
the opportunity.
See, I told you didn't want to miss this information. Let me go from you, Emily, over to Adam and have Adam tell us a little bit about your role and your company's role in this neighborhood stabilization program.
Yes, I'm one of the developers / contractors for the NSP program, and what we do is we find a house that is bank owned, that has been previously foreclosed, and we go ahead and make up a scope of work for the home and submit up to the city, and then the city provides the funds to purchase that home, and then we go ahead and rehab it.
Okay, so tell us what a regular scope would be for a home. You purchase it, it's in pretty bad shape, it's run down, it's been foreclosed. What do you go in and do?
Now, so a typical scope of work, like for this home, for example, is we usually do the windows if they need to be replaced, so they're all energy efficient. Something that NSP tries to do is energy efficiency. So we replace the furnace to a higher efficiency furnace. The water heater gets to be replaced for higher efficiency. All the lighting in the home is all Energy Star, energy efficient. We'll go and repaint the inside and outside of the home. We'll redo the bathrooms, the kitchens, and we basically provide a home that the new home buyer can live for 10 to 15 years without any major repairs needed.
Wow. So what about roof, for example? That's another big expense for home buyers. Sometimes you get, especially in these older neighborhoods, you get really run-down properties where nothing has been done for a long time, might need a new roof. Would you put something like that on?
Of course, yeah. If it needs a new roof, we'll go ahead and redo the roof and put new gutters as well. Sometimes the roofs are in good condition, so we won't touch them if they have been replaced within the last 5 years.
Okay. For this particular home, I noticed when you say redo the home, a lot of times what we see when we go into homes that are redone is things are painted to look nice, but I noticed that this particular property, you actually have new cabinets, new counters, new appliances, everything is new. Is that typical for the NSP program?
It is pretty typical. Like you mentioned before, foreclosed homes usually are run down, very poorly maintained over the last 10, 15 years. And they do require, there's holes in the walls. So we usually replace all doors, trim. And
pretty much an overall overhaul, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, that is a pretty great thing, especially for somebody like Rebecca, who we will be talking to next. She is the lucky home buyer who gets to participate in the NSP program through Emily and Adam's efforts. So stay tuned, and we will be back with Rebecca in a second. Okay, so with me now is Rebecca, the lucky homeowner who is very close to having purchased the home that we were looking at today here on Tanager. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And why don't you tell me or tell our viewers how you got to learn about the NSP program and how you got to participate?
Okay. Well, it was through a friend of mine who works in a real estate office, and she told me about the program because she thought I was a good candidate for it. I had been looking at purchasing a home for a long time and wasn't able to do so. So she put me in touch with the city and the classes that I needed to take to participate in the program.
Okay, so Rebecca's bringing up a good point that I don't think we mentioned before. Part of the requirements to participate in the program is to take, is it an 8-hour class?
It's an 8-hour class, yeah.
Uh-huh. And what do you learn during that 8-hour class?
You learn a lot about home ownership, some stuff that I had never even thought of. So it's a really helpful class to take, things about budgeting and just the different responsibilities that you have as a homeowner.
Okay. Now, you said that the NSP program actually afforded you to buy something. Can you explain to our viewers how that worked for you?
Well, for me, even though I had been saving for a few years for a down payment, I was still quite a ways off from being able to purchase my own home. So with the NSP program, I put down the amount that I had saved up for the program, and they came in with down payment assistance to fill in the gap that I had between the cost of the house and how much I could afford.
Wow. So when are you scheduled to move into this beautiful home?
Hopefully at the end of this month or the beginning of next. So I'm really excited.
Wow, that's very exciting. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
so happy to hear that the efforts of Adam and Emily are paying off. That's it for now. I really appreciate all of you coming here today and telling us about this program. And again, Emily, I will put on our website, www.realestaterendezvous.com, all the information that will take you over to the city of Fairfield, along with Mark Kaiser's contact information.
Great.
That's it. Next up will be Stu Reed from Kitchen Tune Up.